Welcome back to our channel, where we dive into the complexities of global events. Today, we're tackling a topic that's been making headlines around the world: the escalating war between Ukraine and Russia. The Ukraine-Russia war is no longer just about territory. It's a full-blown crisis now pulling in North Korea, the US, NATO, and even South Korea. As you're well aware, North Korea's recent involvement has added a new layer of complexity to this already volatile situation. At first glance, it appears that North Korea has joined the fray at Russia's behest. News reports suggest that North Korea is seeking military technology, food supplies, and financial aid from Russia in return. But is this the whole story? Do we really grasp the underlying motivations behind North Korea's decision? Is the nature of this war truly as straightforward as it seems? Why has North Korea chosen to participate? And what are its real objectives? And how does Russia plan to bring an end to the conflict in Ukraine? The news might give us the facts, but they can't answer these deep, burning questions. So, stick around as we dive into the hidden truths behind the headlines. Let's explore the intricacies of this global crisis together. Great! Let's see. Putin's Big Six. In 2018, Russian President Vladimir Putin announced that Russia had completed the modernization of its nuclear weapons and deployed them for combat. This cutting-edge arsenal is what we call Putin's Big Six. So, what's in this Big Six? Think of it as 5 arrows and 1 shield. The 5 arrows? Those are nuclear missiles. The shield? A high-tech laser system called Peresvet, designed to intercept incoming enemy missiles. One of these arrows, the hypersonic missile Kinzhal, is already in action on the battlefield in Ukraine. These weapons are a clear statement of Putin's determination to hold strategic superiority. But why did Putin decide to reveal all these advanced weapons at once in 2018? Who was he aiming to intimidate with this grand announcement? Pay attention to the timing. It was 2018. He made this bold declaration even before the war in Ukraine. By publicly showcasing nuclear capabilities that surpass NATO and the United States, Putin was delivering a preemptive threat, warning them not to stand against Russia. And yes, NATO and the US were genuinely concerned, especially about Russia's lead in hypersonic missile technology. Why? Because with Russia's hypersonic missiles, traditional defenses like THAAD and Patriot missiles are useless. These arrows can strike without a shield to stop them. And here's something even more remarkable. NATO, the US, and the West haven't yet deployed their own hypersonic missiles for combat. Russia clearly holds the edge here. But there's someone else who's watching all this very closely: North Korea's Kim Jong-un. His keen interest gives us clues about his calculated decision to engage in the Ukraine conflict. First, let's dive into these 5 nuclear missiles of Putin's Big Six. Let's break down just how dangerous and powerful they truly are. Okay. The most frightening missile. Skyfall. First up, let's talk about the most bizarre missile out there: the Skyfall. What is Skyfall? The Skyfall missile, also known as Pre-emptive by Russia and Skyfall by NATO, is a nuclear-powered cruise missile that's gotten a lot of attention for its unique capabilities. How does it work? This missile runs on a tiny nuclear reactor that heats and compresses air, pushing it out to create thrust. With this nuclear engine, the missile has nearly unlimited range. It can fly for days, or even months, at low altitudes. A fun fact. Did you know the US tried something similar? During the Cold War, the US Strategic Air Command worked on a project called Project Pluto, but it was abandoned in 1964. The concept is pretty similar. Unlimited range and unpredictability. Because it uses nuclear material for propulsion, the Skyfall missile can essentially fly around the Earth multiple times without stopping. This makes it nearly impossible for NATO and the US to predict when or where it will strike. The fear factor. The name Skyfall isn't just for show. It's meant to evoke the fear of a catastrophic event. This missile is designed to deliver a nuclear impact that could be as devastating as the sky falling down. The risks of failure. If the Skyfall missile fails, it could release massive amounts of radiation, affecting people, wildlife, and entire ecosystems. Some experts even call it a flying Chernobyl due to the potential disaster it could unleash. A terrifying and horrible disaster, right? Next up, the second missile, Avangard. Let's talk about the Avangard. Speed and range. The Avangard can reach speeds over Mach 20 and has a range of about 6,500 miles or 10,460 kilometers, making it one of the fastest and longest-range hypersonic systems out there. Maneuverability. During its glide phase, the Avangard is highly maneuverable. It can change its course and altitude to evade missile defense systems, which is a big difference from conventional ballistic missiles. Unique features. The Avangard is the only strategic-range hypersonic glide vehicle currently in operation. It can carry nuclear payloads with yields of up to 2 megatons and is designed to penetrate existing missile defense systems. Russian claims. Russian Deputy Prime Minister Yuri Borisov has called the Avangard an invincible weapon that can never be intercepted. This makes it a formidable threat on the battlefield. The third missile, Kinzhal. Next, let's look at the Kinzhal. What is Kinzhal? The Kinzhal is a hypersonic long-range air-to-ground missile. It can reach speeds of up to Mach 10 and has a range of up to 2,000 kilometers. The name Kinzhal means dagger in Russian. Aircraft capabilities. Only a few aircraft can launch the Kinzhal missile: the Tu-22 backfire bomber and the MiG-31 interceptor. The Tu-22 can carry up to 4 Kinzhal missiles, while the MiG-31 can only carry 1 due to its size. There are also plans to modify the Sukhoi 57 to carry the Kinzhal in the future. Size and capabilities. Although not a true hypersonic missile, the Kinzhal is significantly larger and heavier than Western counterparts like the Taurus. It's about 2 meters longer and weighs around 5 tons more. Evading defenses. The Kinzhal was designed to be launched from beyond the range of US air defense systems like the Patriot, SOD, and SM-3, allowing it to neutralize these defenses before they can engage the missile. Briefly on the last 2 missiles. Since this channel isn't all about weapons, let's keep it brief for the last 2. Samart. The Samart is a traditional ICBM that can hit anywhere in the world, including the US. It can carry 15 megaton warheads. According to Russia, no existing missile defense system can fully intercept the Samart. Poseidon. The Poseidon is powered by a small nuclear reactor and has a range of up to 10,000 kilometers. It can operate autonomously underwater, making it a nuclear-powered, nuclear-capable torpedo and underwater drone. Unlike traditional submarine-launched ballistic missile that can be detected by early warning radars, the Poseidon can launch from underwater, avoiding detection and allowing it to launch surprise nuclear attacks on naval bases and ports. Key point. The important thing to note is that Russia's hypersonic missile technology, which carries these nuclear warheads, is ahead of what the US and NATO have.